So this is the newest one-worded titled A24 slow burn psychological horror without any jump scares. That's action allegory for trauma and grief.
This shit was trash. So what is Men? In this newest A24 film by Alex Garland, he explores the themes of love, grief, and trauma. After a tragic incident, our main character Harper, played by Jessie Buckley, retreats alone to a beautiful English countryside home, hoping to find a place to heal from said traumatic event. Things soon go sideways, as she appears to have a stalker from the woods portrayed with artistic integrity. Dread turns into reality, and Harper is plunged straight into a horrific nightmare.
Alright, so statistics say that we need naked people in this. Does it have it?
Yes.
Alright, people really enjoy a slow burn. Is it a slow burn?
Yes.
Does it include shots of religious mythos or something that probably doesn't mean anything?
Absolutely.
Is it confusing enough so people have to watch a video essay and think we're really deep and smart?
I don't even understand.
Deal. Before you guys raise your pitchforks and dislike this video, we just want to mention we are big fans of A24 and also Alex Garland Films as well.
Not to mention, we just really love movies, as well as are overly positive for films such as Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the beloved Morbius.
Garland's previous two films, Ex Machina and Annihilation, were pretty good. The man is clearly talented and has an amazing eye for visuals and cinematography. His films have this unique flair to them that absolutely no one else could replicate.
However, it seems that every new project he's making, he is trying to outdo himself in his other previous works, where he's just trying to become weirder and weirder.
Obviously, as two men
reviewing this film, it wasn't even the message that bothered us. It was Garland's poor execution and overly abused character trope that men are bad. It's not even if we don't like these films in this genre. Some of our favorite films show the same concept without shoving it down our throats.
Let's talk about something we liked about Men first, because there aren't that many. Rory Kinnear played everybody except for these two, for obvious reasons. Jessie Buckley delivered a good performance, as per usual.
Men is lovely to look at, regarding an Alex Garland film. The man is clearly talented and has unique vision and look to all of his films. He has the perfect combination of lights, cameras, and lenses to give you that visceral yet surreal feel, and it always has a fantasy look as well. He understands how to make colors pop and even knows how to make them convey emotions. However, this movie is a classic tale of style over substance.
Now you could say the directors go for the vibes, set the mood, and stage the atmosphere. Whatever floats your boat. I think that stuff is fine when done correctly. That tunnel scene was actually my favorite part of the film. I wish the entire film was like it. It was well crafted, it was engaging, and it even invoked some fear into me. Unfortunately, the whole movie is not as smart as it pretends to be.
That's not to say the opening of this film is perfect by any means. The beginning flat out became a car commercial for a Ford Fiesta.
Kind of person who wants to get around the city and escape it. Who keeps things...
And this film in particular loves doing that pretentious film feel, where it likes to do something we like to call laptop backgrounds.
Me personally, I enjoy movies that use filmmaking techniques in an inventive way rather than just for the A24 vibes. Good examples of this are movies such as Parasite and Drive, both of which have deliberate meaning behind their camera work and framing. I consider Drive to be the most similar regarding Men, in the sense where both films have steady camera movements and very minimal dialogue. Yet, in the critically acclaimed Drive, I get much more information out of the camera work that is present. There are dozens of video essays explaining Drive in a much more in-depth way that I could never do. But just know, Men is not doing anything special with its camera work.
Besides this movie being very boring and its terrible pace. Its controversial aspects are also very half-baked. Characters are one-noted despite there only being 3 in the entire film. Jessie Buckley's Harper is barely even a character. Her entire personality comes to implication. We're supposed to side with her solely because she's a woman, rather than understanding her through a well-written character arc. There is a very poorly written relationship between these two leads, to the point where it feels way too cartoonish. It is trying to tackle a trauma/grief angle that many other movies have done significantly better. It's to the point where this film feels like it's dipping itself into self-parody. Its short runtime doesn't feel justified, nor is it enough time to flesh out its ambitious and wildly insane ideas. And as a result, everything appears to be incoherent and sloppy. Some of the best moments in this film don't even feel like it belongs into this. It feels more like a film that's trying to complete a checklist on how to become an art house film in the modern day era. And no, I wouldn't say this is a case of studio meddling. This is A24 we're talking about. The studio that brought you The Witch, The Lighthouse, and all that weird stuff. We're talking about Good Time. We're talking about Hereditary, Midsommar, all that weird shit. This is 100% Alex Garland just being a full-on weirdo.
There is a pagan ex-mythos in this film, coincidentally showcasing naked old people. They're just seen basically suggesting that men will continue to be horrendous creatures for eternity because the cycle will keep being reborn and reborn and reborn. Albeit, I did like this scene because it was pretty cool and very David Cronenberg-esque. Not to mention the script wasn't even trying to be smart or creative, and instead it basically chose to deliver its message on the most on-the-nose way possible. You know, Eddie, there are reports saying that Alex Garland may no longer direct the film. He might just continue writing stuff like he did before. Despite on us destroying this film for God knows how long, you know, the man is very talented, and I guess you could just describe this as a bad day at the office.
It's painful to see him that he doesn't want to direct the movie anymore. You know, I am a fan of Ex Machina and Annihilation.
Yeah.
But it's just, this was a really huge miss for me. And although I would like to see his future projects, I can see why he wouldn't want to direct another film.
I never thought I'd be saying this, but this film was bad. If I were to rate it, I would give this 2 out of 5. How about you, Eddie? What do you think?
I'm going to have to agree with you on this film is actually very awful, and I did not like it. I liked a few things. I liked the last 10 minutes for the reasons that I wasn't trying to go for, but this movie is one of the worst of the year for me. And it's worse than Morbius. 1.5 out of 5.
If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And while you're at it, leave a comment down below if you like this film, if you like Alex Garland, or what's your favorite movie that has A24 vibes or elevated horror, or whatever floats your boat. I'm Jip.
I'm Eddie.
Ego out.